Swaranjali, I think what I will do is I'll ask you to pinpoint where the problem is, and then I will go to that place.
Yes.
Are you all able to see my template?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But we will show category A later. Right now, I'm showing category B, which is advanced level, this thing template. Now, tell me, Swaranjali, where to go, which part of the template you didn't understand?
That part where it's written answer to questions A and B separately. So do we need to fill there or at the bottom of the chart? Should I write it separately?
Answer to question number. Please provide answers to question number A, B separately means A have got a box. So you answer it. Can you see this? I'm
Yes.
graying it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. So you answer it over there. That means it's only for question number A. Question number B, next box. That is what I mean separately.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
I don't need to write it at the bottom of the page, like stating it to the
No,
separate.
never, never. This after the table, you mean here?
Yes.
Here? Never, never. Do not do this. Please do not do this. Nobody reads it. We only read what is there inside the table because it's right next to the question that we are expecting the answer for.
Okay.
Okay? Sure. Anything else?
Just a minute. And what about proposed starting date and duration of the project?
Yes, proposed starting date. See, the project, this is from last year. So don't worry, I put suppose September 2023. What happens is we have 6 months to support you. Whether you start this from 1st of November and then December, January, February, March, April. You finish it in April or you start a month late and finish it in May. We should know the reason why you're starting 1 month late. Like rest of the batch has started in November, but you are the only one who will start in December because you have some extreme problems. You know, you're in the middle of moving out or something has happened and you cannot start in November. We are ready to have that flexibility. Or for that matter, your mentor is of the opinion that no, right now you have to finish something and then that is also fine with us. So that is why we have kept this proposed starting date because we will calculate 6 months from then. And also we will start disbursing the scholarship in that month and for the 5 months after that month only. We need to understand what is the paperwork that will be needed from our end also if your application is selected. So that is why we've said, what is your proposed starting date? Ideally, if you are okay with the 1st of November as a starting date, write 1st of November.
Okay.
Anything else?
On whether I have already started working on it or I just need to put the 1 November like this.
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
So this proposed date does not depend on whether I have already started working on my project, right?
No, it is more of when will you start Vigyan work? You could be doing a bigger project out of which you are trying to take out a small Vigyan work project. So you can, this duration is for the Vigyan proposal. Whatever you are proposing in this proposal, I will do this, I will do that. The 6 months is only meant for that.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So should I take you once through this template?
Yes, ma'am.
What I'll do is, yeah, I'm closing my camera because the camera is otherwise going to take over the bandwidth. All right. This you must be quite comfortable with name, title of your project, and if you have got a company, then you can, write. Okay. If the application has founded a company, don't go by this. Sorry, this is not the company. I'm just arbitrarily filling it up. Don't mind it. All right. Now, right. Now, title should be very close to what you are trying to do. It should not be title is going somewhere else. The real work is not able to match up the title. So be careful of that while writing. Yes.
Ma'am, will it be okay if I put my PhD title?
You should talk to your guide because that would be the best way forward. We don't mind as long as the title is relevant to whatever you're trying to answer over here.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what is the problem you wish to solve through your technology or your product? Okay, so we want very small and short, concise answers. Like I have written paragraph here, but I have highlighted what is the most important. Okay, so let me read. The prevalence and recurrence of oral disease in India is a silent epidemic. Okay, there has been next to no improvement in oral health status of Indian population in the past 3 decades. That is a big problem. Now she has written, I want to investigate the possibility of using a novel microbial based formulation for oral health maintenance that will be suitable for use in a tropical region like India. So she has mentioned what is the general problem in our country, and she has written in the last one sentence what she wants to do. She wants to investigate only the possibility. She's not saying I will make a product. She's saying I am investigating, and so she's in the ideation stage. So that's how, as clear and honest and straightforward, you should also write that look, there is a problem of say climate change or say soil contamination by pesticide or oral health over here. There is a problem. Everybody knows. Nobody is going to contest that. So just make one line saying that is the problem so that we know, okay, her domain is this, her domain is health science or her domain is okay, environment and sustainability. We get an idea about it. And then very simply you say what you want to do. Okay, keep this answer very short. 200 words should be enough for you to convey your simple approach, your simple idea. Okay, then B, what solutions exist to solve this problem currently? Are they not adequate? If so, why not? So now comes your uniqueness of or the novelty of your project that we are actually asking. So we are saying that do you know any way that people are actually tackling this problem already? And that's quite possible that you are not the first person who's just understood that there is a problem and the rest of the mankind has not. So be honest, and that will also show in terms of what you write because you might have read. So it shows that the candidate has actually read the backstory of this problem and is not giving us a very, opinion of a very poorly read person. So that is why we have mentioned this here. So you are supposed to write a little bit of what is already there in this problem area, what is the solution which is already existing. And then by saying the second part that are they not adequate, we are trying to ask you what is your contribution? Why would you do if you are adding a new compound or a new side element to a compound and making it more potent, more stable, then is it really required? Is that product really going to do better because of your science? So that is the question that we have asked over here. Again, make it very simple and 2 lines. If you really know your subject, you should be able to answer this in 2 lines very nicely. So using non-invasive commensal microbes are making mouthwash. For making mouthwash is a promising research topic. So she has said that, okay, for oral health, there is a solution and there is a non-invasive solution, which is a certain kind of a mouthwash. But there exists problem and she has mentioned that so far these are not very helpful due to some reasons which she will mention. And they have this limitation. So she is very nicely actually telling us her novelty would be in tackling this XYZ problem that she is writing over here, the XYZ reasons, and it is also going to take care of the APC limitation. So we know now in the proposals in the next part that she will be writing about them. And that is exactly what is here given. Describe your product, potential features, and applications, right? So we have said, okay, now we have asked the person to talk about her product, and she has very nicely that we propose to use a novel bacterium, whatever, solution-based formulation. Then she has written that the formulation will contain this reagents, okay, which will take care, of those problems or those reasons that she has mentioned, and she'll also take care of all those limitations that she has mentioned. So now we know that there is a candidate who has done her research well before starting her work. She knows the problem area, she knows the existing solutions, and she knows where these existing solutions have, they are very weak, and that's why they're not being very useful to others. So she has identified all those points and then come across this new idea of hers to make this product, which is actually going to address each of those limitations in previous products that have been designed, so that she can contribute to the field by making a new product, enhanced product, a better product. Okay, that's exactly what we have asked in the last question. How does your product intend to solve the problems you explained about? Okay, so you will make it as a bullet point, and that's the best way to answer this. That, as mentioned, there are these limitations. This product will take care of limitation A, limitation B, this way, limitation C. And you should not be just writing it again. You should actually be giving one or two explanations that limitation A will be taken care of this such character of my product. Limitation B will be taken care of this way of doing and creating this product. So that is something that you have to do, and not just enumerate and write those, 4 or 5 reasons back over here. Then when we say project objectives, for project objectives, basically we mean not project objectives, possible objectives. Possible objectives of this project is basically we want it to be specific and measurable, meaning if you have a technique and a reason for doing that technique in a certain order, that first this, then that, then this, then you put them in order over here. And though techniques may not be like very specific, you might say, okay, I want to do, say, gene sequencing. You don't have to tell us what sequencer or what. Just you will have to say, I will be doing sequencing to understand this mutation, for example. So the objective becomes very, very clear, and to a certain extent, we also know there will be a quantitative data that you are obtaining, based on which you will go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. And so we want to know your experimentation detail over here. All right. You don't have to write a lot. You don't have to give structures and everything and equations. Try to keep it only text based and as much of bulleting as you can, so that we know objective 1, which comes before objective 2, will have these things that she will do. And as close to technical details of experimentation in terms of name is very welcome, because that is what will cut short our time for understanding what you're trying to do. And it will also give a very clear picture that you are aware of exactly what you want to experiment in your laboratory. It's not a very vague kind of experiment. All right. So do you intend to pursue entrepreneurship full-time going forward? You can let us know whether you are built more for entrepreneurial work or you are built more for a research and service-based work. So that is what, if you say no, there is no problem over here. There is nothing disqualifying. Have you received funding for this project from any other source? Please write honest. And there is again no disqualifier. This is information that will help us. Okay. Proposed starting date, I've already told you, and duration of the project is always 6 months for category B student. That's it. Of the same way that I had just shown for Swaranjali's category B questions, right? Now, the only difference being that instead of a startup or a company, we have said name your college. Again, you have to give your names properly. Title has to be as close to the work that you're doing. It should not be the title is proposing something else, work is something, right? That is one piece of advice I would want to give you. For all these questions, where possible, use bullet lines, and where possible, use minimal number of sentences. Think before you write. Okay. And the questions are very simple. The first one is, what is the problem or the question the project aims to answer? So here on the right hand side, you can see the aim of this project is to utilize waste lemon peels for developing an antimicrobial formulation. That is your, the basic aim of the question of this your research. Okay, then you could mention that there is large amount of garbage from this industry and you want to take care of it and convert it into something which is useful or whatever. Now our seeing written in front of you, very important, are feasibility and efficacy. I have made it in bold and bigger, and this is because through this project we would like to analyze the feasibility of the process. Feasibility means just testing how possibility it is, how possible it is to do this process. And the efficacy of it means she's going to test whether the project, the proposed work that she's saying, that I will take out this chemical from waste lemon peels, is it even a doable thing? I mean, is there that much garbage generated that I can take out, a few ml of the compound before I even say this is going to be done? And that's what her study is all about. And the second aspect is, whatever I'm taking out from the peel, does it even have anything which is antimicrobial? So this is the kind of words that you should choose and write, rather than saying I will discover some, or I have already found that peels will have large amount of thing. I will work to create a cream. Creation comes much later. So she has very honestly said, I will see the possibility, or what possibility means over here is feasibility, and I will check the efficacy of the substance that I'm taking out of these waste lemon peels. Simply, she has kept it in this much detail and this much number of sentences. I strongly suggest that you should also keep minimal sentences like this. Okay, there is no claiming too much and there is no under informing us. Adequate amount. Describe what will be done in the project. Bullets may, in order of doing that experiment. I will do this experiment first. It's understood that the results from this experiment will go to tell you whether the second experiment you should do or not, or you should go back to the books and find answers and do something differently. All right. So write everything that you have to do, first of all, in bullets in order of when they're going to get done. Second is, mention more like the principle behind doing it rather than getting too much into the details right now. Okay, you might not know the detail. So rather than saying, phytochemical screening will be done, you cannot say that I will do XRD something something. You say phytochemical screening, which we understand, and then there could be 2 or 3 techniques. One of them you will be doing it, and there will be time to report on which one you are doing and all those things. I'll come to that. Okay, and then again, project objectives, they need to be bulleted and numbered. First, second, third, these are the objectives I'm going to do. And they all have to be, now they have to be written in a manner that would say, okay, this is a quantitative experiment, I know. We will see the data, we will expect a data of, in terms of, whatever details that you are trying to test is going to, absorbance is going to come, or whatever is going to do. So somebody who's looking at a project will know that the first objective has got certain results that he is or she is expecting to see when you say, I have done my first milestone, or the first specific and measurable objectives have been achieved. I should have a set of experiment from reading from here and see that, okay, she will do 3 or 4 experiments in this space and we should have results based on which she will then decide whether she has to go to the B or the C section of doing her project. All right. They have to have quantitative data, in the sense they are experimentations that are going to result in clear quantitative data. So possible outcomes. There are 2 possible outcomes which your project should give in 3 to 6 months. Beyond 2, maybe it is difficult, like 3 or 4. It happens in very rare cases. So think hard. And if you are thinking that, no, this is claiming too much, this is not even a result, remove it. It's okay to have only 1 outcome. It's okay to have 2 outcomes from your project. Okay, we know that more than 2 is a bit very mature and none of you are there at least what I knew from last year. So we know that you will have one or at the max 2 possible outcomes totally. Again, proposed time and duration is the same explanation that I gave for category B. So what's there? Okay, now I will ask you if there are any questions. Maria.
No, ma'am. Everything is clear right now. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So then we don't need to go through the basic presentation. The basic presentation, I'll just let you know that we have our website, right? Like Sheetal had shown us. There we have everything tabulated in terms of links, and you click and you find the posters and everything. So please go there.